live?
We were out of
We're live.
seconds. Hey,
We're
we
live.
up here. All right, we getting right into it, into the nitty gritty, jumping in.
Okay.
I'm a nice dude with some nice dreams. See these ice cubes. See these ice creams. Eligible bachelor. $1 million boat. That's wider than what's spilling down your throat. The Phantom. Exterior like fish eggs. The interior like suicide wrist red. I can exercise you. This could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man. Ma, that's how you get a his ed. Do you know it?
Snoop Dogg and Pharrell, Drop It Like It's Hot.
Yay! You gotta sing it.
Oh well. When the pimp's in the crib, girl, drop it like it's hard. Drop it like it's hard. Drop it like it's hard. When they try to get at you,
Pop
drop
it
it
like it's hot. Pop it
like
like
it's
it's
hot.
hot. Pop it.
And when your niggas get an attitude, fire.
Yeah.
I got the rolling on the fire. Crazy beat, obviously Pharrell, legendary. Snoop. They have a hell of a collab relationship.
Yes, they do. I think some of the best bangers we've ever heard from Snoop Dogg in like his, I don't want to call it his later years because I feel like Snoop Dogg has had like
this nigga was out since 91. Somebody
solid
fact check. I
phases.
don't know, damn near the 80s.
And so I would say his like resurgence back into like a longer-ish hiatus is when he collabed with Pharrell and gave us Drop It Like It's Hot and Beautiful and just
Because you're
good
beautiful.
old-fashioned rip rap. I absolutely freaking love that song, man. Like I think everybody knows where they were when they heard.
Shit cold. That video cold too.
Like, how do you make a beat out of that, bro?
Snoop. Fire.
He is a mad genius. Shout out to the one and only Pharrell, the ultimate black wizard.
That nigga just started aging yesterday.
Man, just now. And he went from 23 to maybe like 32.
Nah, Pharrell's almost 50.
No, I'm saying like in visuals. Like he went from looking like he was just 20 to maybe a young 37. Maybe. Gosh.
Yeah, man.
Incredible. Well, hi you guys. Welcome back. It's the One Thing for Certain podcast. Okay. We're your favorite married friends. We talk, we converse, we do our thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We're Alia King and my husband,
Carrot King.
We talk about the stuff that married people like to talk about, okay? And that's basically whatever the heck we feel like talking about. So if you're into that, if you want some more,
yes, sir.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit
that notification bell.
Comment.
Like that thing.
Subscribe.
Comment that thing. Talk to the children.
All the things.
Talk to us.
Yeah, man. Even if you hate it, I'm never going to not say that.
Why?
If you hate it, say something. You know what I'm saying?
Keep that shit to yourself.
Nah, man, we need the comments.
I don't.
We need all diverse.
No, we're here on vibes.
Critique.
I'm here on positivity.
That is a fact.
We are here on vibes. Like you can go to Twitter or X if you want a cesspool of negativity or whatever, but you won't find it here.
I mean,
you won't break my soul.
Sponsored by Beyonce.
Sponsored by Beyonce. We wish.
Could you imagine? No, is the answer to that question.
Never could I ever imagine that. All right, so as you know, every week, we got to get into it. Our current obsession. Would you like to go first?
No.
I thought you never asked. All right, so you already know what it is. Dun 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 dun. We getting into the house of the dragon.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute. We're gonna put a time limit on her, right? Because I hear y'all.
Who are you hearing? There's 4 subscribers.
Right, and so 25% of y'all is me, and I hear y'all. So
all right, so I'll keep it brief.
I'll keep it
brief. I'll keep it brief.
The thing say 12.
I'll keep it brief. Listen, we gonna skip right on to the nitty gritty. Look, we know, okay? They got my baby Raynice.
Raynice, they got Niecy. You know that's her nickname.
They got Niece. That's her nickname. That's what the children are calling her.
That's what the black kids. That's
Niecy,
what the black folk call her.
Because they call Rhaenyra Ray Ray.
Oh, they do?
That's Princess Ray Ray.
Did not know that.
That's Ray Ray. Okay.
Or just Nira.
So, niece, Nira. Nira. Why we always gotta truncate something?
That's fire. Nyra.
Come on.
Fire.
Nira.
Nira.
That's cute.
It's fire.
That's cute.
Keep that one in the
Man,
pocket.
they got Niecy. They
Yeah,
got my
they-
baby Niecy up out of here.
Yeah, man. That big ass ninja dragon.
Man.
We'll get into it. Go ahead.
Ooh, okay, so again, from the beginning of the episode, we are seeing like the consequences of, you know, what Princess Rhaenyra did at the Scepter Baelor with her friend Miss Allison.
Yep.
After their conversation, that was a secret mission. Nobody knew about it, right? And so they pan over to her council. They are in disarray.
Big
These
disarray.
men are in a kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Their pearls are being clutched.
Yep.
Their booty holes are tight.
They got that attitude.
Ooh, they upset. They upset.
They gossiping.
They chatting it up.
chatting.
They like, where is the queen? Okay. Lucerys, not Lucerys, poor baby.
Oh, chomp chomp.
Chomp. What's his
Jake?
name?
Jace.
Jace is like, look,
Jaceres.
shut up. Okay. My mama's gonna come back, I guess, eventually. Eye roll, and then she strolls in, and he's like, damn, finally. Where you been? He was questioning her. He was giving her the 3rd degree.
He was.
I was like, that is your mother.
Yeah.
He was like, where have you been?
It's turbulent times, though, bro.
It is turbulent times. It's distressing. We're at war, and you decided to leave for the second time. The first time we gave you grace because your baby got chomp.
Chomp chomp.
Okay, so we let you mourn, but you can't
chomp,
just be
chomp.
running off. We need a queen at the helm. We are fighting your battles for your crown, and you just disappearing. Anywho, so they get through that. You know, pan over to her estranged husband, Daemon, who's over there in Harrenhal,
Getting
and
haunted.
getting haunted like hell.
Yeah.
Haunted like a motherfucker.
We watched just a quick aside. We watched a YouTube video. Salute to Emergency Awesome. I shot them
For
out.
sure.
Did a recap, hidden gems, Easter eggs.
Galore.
Harrenhal is haunted as hell because it's built on a forest of
The godwood trees.
those wood trees, the wilder woods, the
godwoods, the ones that
godwoods
have
with
the
the faces. And so for the OG Game of Thrones fans, you know, that's some visiony shit.
That's old magic.
That's old
where
magic. That's
the children of the forest.
Yep.
Them used to you know trample.
And someone decided that it was a great idea to
Fantastic idea.
cut it down, and build a castle.
A castle right on top. So
On there,
basically,
so-
they have their castle built on hollow ground.
Yep.
Harrenhal was basically supposed to be like one of the most fortified castles in all of Westeros.
Yep.
Until what was it? King Aegon the
King
Conqueror
Aegon
came and
said,
set fire to
"Fuck
that
all
thing.
to
Him
that
and
shit."
Balerion
Him and
said,
Balerion.
"Oh, you think that you're fortified? How about
Game
I'll
of
roast
Thrones.
your ass alive in there?"
Game
huh?
of Thrones and House of Dragons and all your frienddom. Can y'all please give us a scale and understanding of some kind of what Balerion was like in the heyday? Like, we got to see that at some point. Just quick aside.
Yeah.
Because I need to see what this dragon looked like. They said the dragon was so big it blocked out the sun. It was a black dragon that did red and black fire. That shit is insane.
Yeah, that's absolutely bananas.
It's insane. It's bigger than Vhagar, and everyone's making this big deal about Vhagar, but it's
Vhagar
bigger
is
than
big as
Vhagar.
hell. Vhagar is a whale. That's a big bitch.
Man,
you
we gonna
understand
get
me?
into that too, 'cause-
So, okay, while Damon's over there having a fever dream,
Yep.
you know, we still at war.
Yep.
Aegon is actively being undermined by his brother Aemon, who basically comes in
Aemon,
with
boy.
he's on smoke because after he done made fun of him and his little his little whore, you know, in the little pleasure houses.
His therapy session.
Yeah, he was upset at him and he embarrassed him. And so he
did.
returned the favor.
Boy,
He
did
went
he.
to that small council meeting and ran the show. Everybody's listening to him. They're not listening to Aegon. He doesn't know anything about war tactics or even when they're trying to tell him about the economics of the war and how they're basically poor. Like
Yeah, them dragons, to feed them is expensive.
what them things eating now.
They eating all the livestock. all
They
the goats.
hungry. All the goats, all the sheep, all the cows, all the chickens, they all ate because of Vhagar's big ass. So, you know, he's watching the respect, the very little that he already had, and and the influence that he had over the small council just wither away. He appointed Sir Kristen Cole's dumbass to be his hand, and guess what? He decided to go off to war. Well, ain't you supposed to be helping him? I don't know, conduct the shit. But turns out him and Aemon have been in cahoots and been coming up with battle tactics without the king's consent
Yeah, the
or
battle-
knowledge
Yeah, the battle at Rookwood.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the battle
We
of
gonna get into it. So they going back and forth. He basically shuns him in his own council meeting And so let's just get on to the battle, baby.
Rook's Rest.
Rook's
The
Rest.
Battle of Rook's
Okay.
Rest.
So essentially, Sir Kristen Cole's great idea with Aemon was essentially to take a small castle at, I guess it's called Rookwood.
At Rook's Rest.
At Rook's Rest, which is essentially right across the bay from where Dragonstone is, and where Princess Rhaenyra and her council have, fled to in order to, conduct their war tactics. So they get word of this, and they're like, they know them. These motherfuckers know we right across the street, right? They do. Oh, we about to set fire to their ass. So he goes over there to make it seem like he's just trying to conquer this little foothold, right?
Yeah.
That's not even really that significant, but he's doing it to lure Rhaenyra.
One of the dragons. One of them.
They
over
really
there.
wanted Rhaenyra, but they did it to lure one of their dragons to kind of force their hand, to make it seem like it was an easy battle that they can come and win, and then boom, deploy Aemon. So Alicent's cousin, who is there to be basically a hall monitor for Sir Kristen Cole,
Yes.
he tells him that he's going to move forward. Sir Kristen Cole tells him that he's going to move forward with, going for this stronghold. And he's like, that's a dumbass idea. Rhaenyra's right across the street. She gonna flame our ass up. He said, we taking the army. He was like, you're an idiot. So, unbeknownst to anyone else, this plan is now underfoot. Rhaenyra catches wind of this, and she's like, well, I need to go over there and show him something. Jace was like, you just got back. You're not going nowhere. That don't make no sense. This is coming from the youngest person in the room, mind you.
Facts.
Okay?
But then he does some young shit.
Yeah. They go back. He's like, let me go. And she was like, the hell if you will. I already lost one, son. You want me to just throw the last one I got on at him? That don't make any damn sense.
That's not happening.
That's not going to happen. So, Big Niecy, Rhaenys volunteers.
She's like, I'll go.
I'm more experienced. My dragon is bigger. We can't sacrifice you or Jace. So she's like, keep calling him. Is his name Jace? My bad. Sorry. We can't sacrifice Jace, so I'll go. Man, and I knew something was bad from them because the amount of foreshadowing they were doing, the back and forth and the hugging of the dragon.
House of Dragons is starting the House of Dragons.
Yeah, the music
going
changed.
into war
and
again,
I said,
old girl,
shit,
old lady,
somebody's
or
finna
whatever
die.
she said.
Yeah. So they go into war, where Rhaenys comes out just like Sir Kristen Cole anticipated. They were getting ready to send Vhagar out to attack her, and here comes King Aegon's ass.
Aegon the Second.
Drunk as hell.
The second of his name.
Just riding in on his cute little Sunfire. She's
Not only was he
little
just
girl.
Yeah, very pretty dragon.
Beautiful dragon.
Yeah.
Stunner.
He was wearing Aegon the Conqueror's
his armor.
and crown.
And his war crown.
And it's very expensive, an old artifact. I'm sure it's pretty kind of important to the Targaryens, considering, But there he is, and there he goes.
Is, bellowing into war, completely unexperienced, without the knowledge of his own army, mind you. No backup. He ain't calling nobody. He ain't sent a raven or nothing.
He was on that thing drunk too.
Yeah,
he went to go get him from the caves, from the dragon pits. He was like,
yeah, he was disheveled and out of it because his mom basically told him he was worthless and stupid and he should shut up and sit down and be a pretty little boy. And he said, you know what? No, I'm going to ride into war drunk. So he did. Rhaenys got into that ass. Started ragging him and tagging him. Just started beating the shit out of him and little Sunburst or whatever her name is.
Caraxes is her dragon, right? No, that's Meleys is her dragon.
Yeah.
Meleys, she was putting hands and feet on things. It wasn't all about biting and shit.
Whooping feet. She said, rah, rah, rah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then started flaming on her. It was crazy. It was a bad fight. So Aegon and Vhagar took 45 minutes to get off the ground to fly over there into that damn fight.
Don't get me started with that.
Oh my gosh. It was she's a huge dragon.
She's huge.
Humongous. So she finally gets up in there, okay? Aemon hits him with a smooth Dracarys, burns both of them. They falling through the air. You know what I'm saying? Rhaenys and her dragon get off. They bank off. Aegon is down for the count. Yeah. And we just Kanye shrugged that thing. Rhaenys is circling to escape and then turns around. From the moment she turned around, I knew she was going to die.
Yeah.
Because Aegon, I knew she could take. Vhagar, no.
Ass, nah.
I knew she would have nothing for him. So, yeah, man, she turned back around and she got in a couple of good scraps, but bigger is bigger. And
Yeah.
Vagar, she chomp her. Well, you know, Rhaenys, she
Rhaenys.
had better like tactics and was able to get Vagar like
That
on
was
the
the first. That
ground.
was the first round.
Yeah, was able to get her on the ground. She flies off. Somehow, this big jumbo jet of a fucking dragon manages,
Stop it,
after
guys.
crashing to the ground, manages to get up, somehow hide behind the castle that they're trying to lay siege to. And as Rhaenys is circling back to basically find her and see if she's like finished the job or do anything else, or I don't know, she's checking her work.
Well, I think she was going home at that point.
Yeah, I think she was trying to.
She was trying to, because it's out to the sea. Like, she was going towards the sea.
Yeah. So she was flying around checking her work. You know, she looked like she was looking for something. And she's the one who got found because Vagar said, ow. She jumped up from behind a bush.
Yeah.
And bit the heck out of her neck, killed her on the spot. She looked down at her dragon, the dragon looked at her, and they dropped her ass. And then at that point, she just kind of like sat back and just accepted her death, because what else you gonna do?
What else you gonna do when you falling from God knows
hundreds of feet up
how?
in the damn air?
Air. Yeah, it's just.
And that was the end of my baby Ray Ray.
All I would say is to end this is that everyone was like, oh my God, the dragons, the dance of the dragons. I thought it was cool. I'm not gonna say it was mid.
I thought it was incredible.
But I just thought it was cool. I can't put my finger on it why it was just cool.
You a fool.
But it was just cool. But the biggest point that I wanted to make about this too is like, Vagar is too goddamn big for you niggas to be sneaking up on, for Vagar to be sneaking up on y'all like this.
Apparently it's not, because Vagar got the most bodies in this war.
She does, and she's respectable. She's old, and she's very large. So the fact that she's sneaking up on, she's the second person now. I know she snuck up on that baby.
Submarine.
Yeah. It's weird. It's just like, y'all gotta stop. Like, Rhaenyra, y'all gotta figure this out.
Yeah, because right now, y'all getting y'all asses handed to y'all.
Y'all losing dragons.
You know, we are not looking into
y'all
spoilers.
Lost 2 dragons right now. Yeah.
We're not looking into spoilers for the show. But the way that they ended the episode, we don't know whether or not Aegon is dead.
Is dead or not.
Or
we know he's not dead. Because if he was dead, they wouldn't be making this big of a deal. So he's not dead yet. And if you look at the trailer, they do carry him in and they do have him on a bed. And Alicent asks, how is he? Or like, is he dead? And then they pan. So I don't think he's dead. If he was dead, we would.
Yeah, I think in Game of Thrones, they never pull a a Walking Dead, where they basically like pump fake you and make you think that an important character has died. And then like, if somebody dies, you know it. You know that they die. So I think with how ambiguous it was at the ending and how indecisive like a viewer could be, you could teeter between him dying or him like being alive or just severely injured. I can tell you one thing for sure though, when Sir Kristen Cole's stupid ass realized that his plan went to utter shit and he could be responsible for the king being dead because of his plan, and he walked up to see, you know, if he was alive, he caught Aemon like unsheathing his sword in what looked like his attempt to murder his brother. And he had to call his name and get him to stop. He was like, Aemon! I said, you dummy. You fool. But listen, it's living rent free in my mind. Y'all are going to hear about it, episode 5 coming up, because it is getting so good. I just want to know the condition that Aegon is in. How Sunfire is, how the heck if she lived. I think
Sunfire will be fine. Sunfire is,
she got fucked up.
Dragons are magic and strong, so as long as they land,
but they are definitely mortal.
No, for sure. But that did not indicate to me that Sunfire would be just complete. Is dead. She may be incapacitated for a little bit, but she's not dead.
Baby mama got ragtag.
But yeah, man.
The talons, yo.
It's gonna be interesting because
it really is
how they respond to Rhaenys not being there.
How are they gonna deal with Rhaenys
on the black
being
side,
gone?
black team?
Because honestly, I felt like she was an MVP. She was a seasoned, like veteran. Like she actually had war experience. She had one of the most mature dragons on their side, right? And that is a huge loss that they have just suffered, along with the political blow of Rhaenyra being rumored to basically send for the murder of Prince
Jaehaerys.
Jaehaerys. She lost people who
She
pledged to
yeah,
her
she did
after that.
in the show, in that episode
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
it was absolutely terrible.
Sure.
So two major blows, two incredible blows,
interesting,
and
man.
actually a third blow because as Daemon is over there in Harrenhal, he really has no lords to raise banners in their name in order to get them because like all of the lords are like
Nah,
they on
me.
their deathbed. They are small little town folk. They
Yeah.
don't really have a lot of resources for them to do
Yeah.
anything with. So Damon is going through it with his fever dreams and emotional reckoning that he's going
It's
through.
crazy. It's crazy.
The show is absolutely splendid, and
fire,
that's
man.
it. Took me about 20 minutes to get through that, but
We're gonna have to cut this down at some point. We working on it. I'm working on it. What's next? What we got?
What's your current obsession, babes?
Oh,
Yeah.
so long. I thought my current obsession is the Kendrick Lamar video, and I know it came out July 4th. And it's been a couple days now. I saw it in real time.
Yes, we did.
And I saw the views go up in real time on that day. I thought it was interesting. It was basically a million an hour.
Yeah.
For a second, for like
Yep.
about 10 hours, it was a million.
For about 12 hours.
Before it kind of tapered off. I think right now it's at 46 million or something like that. And the video is just there's so many good moments. It became art immediately because there's so many cool posters that people have created and graphics, especially the one with Kendrick actually hitting the owl. So they have like a freeze frame of that, and it's colored space in between.
of
so
course.
it's like you can put like Not Like Us and make it a poster. It's just
graphically released.
It's graphically
pleasing.
incredible. I probably say my favorite part of the video, which is probably most people's favorite part of the video, is the fucking beginning, because that snippet that he gave us is just
That's
amazing.
your favorite part?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have some others, but I think that one sticks out the most because it's new music. And if you're a Kendrick fan, you know that there's a 90% chance you're not gonna get the rest of that song.
Oh my gosh, why does he play with us like this?
I think everyone
That
is
just
on the
sounded
same
so
page
fire.
with that. But I think that part was dope, and then the part where he was basically the boogeyman in the black, and he had like the depiction of someone trying to come up behind him
And just getting repelled.
and getting repelled, boogeyman
Yeah.
shit. Like
Yeah.
in the beginning of the video with the white on and the lights, boogeyman shit. The wave, boogeyman shit. Just terrorizing and haunting.
Yes, he is haunting Drake.
My God.
He's-
and once again, Drake asked for this.
Yes, he
Triple, quadruple, sextuple
Yes,
entendres.
he did.
He said it.
Yeah, let's not forget that, Drake essentially, he didn't do it this excellently, right? But he essentially, eviscerated Meek Mill to the same degree. And he went on tour after.
If you adjust for inflation, it's
Not
almost
adjust for
close.
inflation. I'm screaming.
No,
It's
'cause that
not.
was a
It's
while
not
ago.
even close. Not even a little bit. It would have been close if it was just if it was only a one song for one song exchange.
It was, to me, it's closer than maybe you giving it credit for, only because one, you got to adjust for inflation, the time, right? Two, the lack of response and the pylon that he was doing. He went on tour
I know.
and
Yeah.
put up on a screen of all of the different memes that were being generated from the song, and
Right.
had Philly legends come
Yeah,
to
he had
shows,
everybody screaming, "You
and
getting bodied by a singing nigga," and so that's fine.
it's crazy.
I'm just saying that
It lasted a
for
minute too.
anyone who felt sorry for Drake and just how
don't feel
much
sorry for Drake.
vitriol, Kendrick has been spewing his way with his artistic brilliance, don't, because he asked for it and he had his time in the sun. All things must come to an end.
Yeah, I mean the owl at the end, that's a dope poster that you could do too with him kind of just his hand,
My
just-
absolute favorite scene is when he showed him and Whitney.
Oh, gosh.
And then zoomed out and showed his kids, and they were just in a house like just
Playing, bro.
Man, Whitney was floating
Floating
on
on
that
that.
beat. Like
Incredible.
she was sea walking like
Couldn't
with the
believe it.
best of them. It was absolutely incredible. She looked stunning. The kids looked incredible.
And I love that he changed the filter
He
like of the
changed
camera.
everything about how
Yeah, it was
it
like a
looked.
fish shot. Like it, yeah. He like and the way it was like a breath. It was like family.
Yeah.
Now we
Dun,
can
dun,
play.
dun, dun.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was
boom.
incredible.
Like
And then, so funny enough, that's my favorite part. And then at the very end, when the scene cuts, it says directed by
Dave Free.
Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar,
Lamar.
and it just sits there.
It's tough, man.
It's like, just in case you had any inclination that anything that Drake was saying was true, here is my spouse,
Yep.
both of my children,
Yep.
and my manager and friend,
All of Compton.
all of California, okay?
YG, Roddy
Your
Ricch,
favorite rapper,
Mustard.
his favorite rapper, your favorite DJ, their favorite DJ. Everyone's on Kendrick's side.
Yeah. Dancing in the chicken spot.
Man,
And now they got a mural of him in the chicken, in the chicken spot too. It's,
I love the little dance that him and DJ Mustard was
that
doing.
dance is cold, man. That dance is so
They
cold.
were killing it. It was just, everything about it was just so effortless, so taunting, big nanny nanny boo boo energy. And it was absolutely incredible. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was black. It was artistic. And Kendrick is just floating. He is just dancing his ass off in this video.
And
So
you-
it was all just so, the energy was so unbothered.
To
I
continue
loved
to
it.
continue the petty, we have to be reminded that one, so he dropped the video in May. No, he dropped the song in May. He did the concert in June for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Video for the song drops July
Independence Day.
4th.
Yeah.
It also drops around the same time that
The all white.
Michael Rubin's All White Party is going on, and
Which is allegedly why Kendrick was wearing all white in the video.
hey, these
And then
are
wait
just
to
all,
them at the end.
These are all Twitter things and just things.
I
but
love
hey,
how
man,
black people, just
it works.
hip hop heads in general, like Kendrick Lamar is the only celebrity who can give us homework, and we'll gladly do it. Like we
Yeah.
are researching, like we all
despite
enter.
despite what Drake fans say about like, oh, we don't want to
I
hear
don't
all
have to
this.
research
Yeah.
the bars. That's fine if y'all want to sit over there.
Seems
and
like
be
Twitter had a
stupid.
great time.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah,
just
they had a
picking it
blast
apart.
picking it apart. I mean, they're still
Yeah.
picking it apart.
It's just literally, when you say food for thought,
Food for thought, man.
you can just eat forever
Yeah.
with Kendrick Lamar. All right, we're gonna hop off.
All right.
What we got next? Let me see.
Is it are we liking or are we in like or love?
Yes. Okay. So are we in like or love?
Okay.
So Megan Thee Stallion's album,
Had dropped. June 28th or something like that. Yep.
and
Self-titled.
self-titled
Megan.
Are you in like or love? How you feeling about the album?
I can't really say that I like or love it. I actually, the more that I think about it, I'm a little concerned.
Oh,
For
he
Meg.
said it's not like or love. It is.
I'm
concerned.
concerned. I after 18, it's 18 tracks.
Yeah.
And not no disrespect, but not no short, easy 18, 2 minutes. Because I know a lot of rappers like to do this shit where they'll do 30 songs, but each song is a minute and a half.
Sure.
Let's not do that. These are all full thought out songs. There was some good features on there. I love the record with Glow.
Mm-hmm.
She has a feature from a Japanese artist on there. Those are cool. But the general consensus from like majority of it, it just kind of feels like she's still hurt and a bit she's just not having fun anymore, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I would definitely piggyback off of that. So after listening to the album, there's actually 3 records that she has off of the album. Is Hiss, Boa, and
Un momento.
and some other song. I think it's probably the Arigato song.
His Cobra and
Boa.
Boa are singles.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So those singles on the album. So we heard, a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But as far as so I will say I only liked the album. I did not love it. And it's because of a lot of the things that you said. I feel like Megan is a incredible rapper.
She's one of the best,
She
man, out
can
here
bar it up
today.
with the best of them. I think what she lacks in her either production style or, you know, her delivery or what have you is a range of musicality. Like, there is not a lot of like switching up the flow or changing it up or even the cadence. And then her subject matter is still very limited in range. I think the most diverse we've ever seen her was in Traumazine, where she was being like very open about like the things that she struggled with. But for the most part, you can guarantee about 4 things that Megan's gonna talk about. She's gonna talk about how fucking fine she is. She's gonna talk
Facts.
about that. She's gonna talk about her pussy. Okay. She's gonna talk about these hating ass hoes. All right.
And these hating ass niggas.
And these hating ass niggas.
Pretty much.
That's basically what she's going to talk about.
And that she's like depressed a bit. And she's it felt like Traumazine Part 2 because
Yeah.
it's just a lot of pain. It just seems like there's a lot of pain in her still from maybe what happened to her. We ain't got to go into all of that.
And this is not based on, to me, like that criticism is not specifically based on what she's rapping about, but how she's rapping. Like, she doesn't sound like she's having fun anymore. Like when we listen to Glow, even when we listen, you know, when we listen to Lotto.
Yeah. And not to compare them, yeah, it's fun. It is. But I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of, you feel that she's still very like, we listened to it together. You was like, it doesn't sound like she has any friends. Like
It don't sound like she has any
every other
friends.
bar, she's like, I don't have no friends. I can't trust nobody.
She
Like there's
doesn't
a level of
necessarily
betrayal.
say I don't have any friends in any of her bars, but she does say like basically like I'm
She can't trust
lonely.
people.
I'm
I'm lonely.
I'm sad even when I'm in public. Like, and that's just one song in particular, but the overall tone, it sounds very jaded. She's like, I don't trust none of y'all hoes. Da da da. Y'all are weird. You hating on me. You hating on me. Your nigga want me. He wants to eat my pussy. I want to eat my pussy. Everybody wants my pussy.
That's
like,
hilarious.
that's basically the energy that she gives, and a lot of it sounds like very I'm not mad, you are, you know, and it's not. It's like, no, we can tell you're still pretty hurt, Meg, because it doesn't sound like you're having fun anymore. It doesn't sound like you're having fun in your records.
And that's not that. I'm not dissing her. I think that right there rolls downhill in terms of like how the rest of it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's stifling a little bit of her her range for like her lyrics and her subject matter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And maybe so some of it started to sound a little bit like repetitive.
Yeah,
But there are songs on there, like I said, the accent song is hilarious. I wish they
Accent
had.
is great.
If you're gonna talk about accents, it would be dope to have Cardi on there because Cardi is another person, along with Glow, who gets this like stigma of like we can't understand you because your
No, you
accent
really
is
want to
so
get
deep.
accent on there. Jocelyn Hernandez.
That'd be funny as hell. Yeah.
Because you would never understand what
Yeah.
she's saying.
So
ever.
that was a great concept. That was dope.
Yeah.
I love the is it Otaku Girl? I think it's Otaku Girl. Otaku Hot Girl is one of the 2 Japanese kind of inspired records, and then Mamushi, which I think is like the song that's blowing up on TikTok right now.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Chucky,
Yeah.
like that little song. That's a little
The
bop
one where
too.
she says like star a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Those are dope.
It's cool. It's just a like for me. And you said it's a concern.
I'm just concerned for Meg. I feel like
because I'm rooting for her.
I feel like Meg
believe
needs
in
a
the
hug,
hotties.
yo.
I believe in the hottie.
That's what I got from that. I felt like Meg needs a hug, like for real.
I know.
She needs like support, like friends, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So
God bless her.
salute to Meg, man.
Big salute. All right, we're gonna do it. One's gotta go.
One's gotta go. So I have this for y'all to think about. You ready?
Yes.
One's gotta go. Police officers,
Okay.
firemen, paramedics, nurses.
Police officers.
Okay.
Police
That was
officers.
quick. I'm gonna say it one more time.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. Necessary.
Police officers,
necessary,
firemen,
unnecessary.
paramedics, nurses.
I shouldn't say that police officers is unnecessary. That's
Some
not
people
fair.
think that.
What I would say is that as a Black person, historically, the relationship between policing
Law enforcement,
and law enforcement in general has not been a positive one.
to say the least.
Don't need to get into it.
Nope.
But I will say, I mean, obviously, when there are, domestic cases or just issues that you feel as though you don't have the faculties to de-escalate, then obviously calling someone in who can essentially be the end all be all about it.
Yeah.
That idea and that concept, yes, sure, and that is the act of policing. It's just the American relationship with policing.
It's not great.
If that's the only context I have to go off of. I've never lived any other place. I've never called any other country my home in order to know what their law enforcement looks like and what that relationship with their citizenry is. But here in America, it's not great. And so of all the other professions that I feel as though I had to wonder whether or not I could live without, police officers or policing is the first one I can definitely say we can figure out how to police ourselves.
Well, I'll be a little bit more like technical about it too, because paramedics and nurses. So paramedics and nurses.
Paramedics are essentially first responders.
They are, but they can also, you can interchange those and get great experiences, because as paramedics, first responders, you can have them as nurses in trauma.
But make it as if paramedics do not exist. If there is not someone to respond and get your ass to the hospital as quickly as possible, you are more likely to die.
Sure, but if we keep paramedics, in theory there will be an abundance of paramedics, and so first responding will be like not instant, but even faster.
We would hope. It just depends
Devil's
on where
advocate
you
to my
are.
own argument. If we take out nurses, what if there's not much you can get? There's no nurses at a hospital now,
So
but we still have doctors. That's an interesting thing too. Because doctors isn't on this list. So while you don't have nurses who are important, my mom has been a nurse for 30 years, like, I'm just thinking between nurses and paramedics, there may be a little bit of gray there that they can replace each other a little bit.
So that's only 3. You talk about polices, nurses, paramedics.
If we wanted to keep,
which one are you getting rid of? Which one's got to go for you?
Well, I agree with you. Police officers is the easy one because we're Black, yo. That's weird, right? But I'm just trying to think a little harder on it.
Devil's
paramedics and nurses, that could be a conversation. And police officers, if we don't have police officers,
I love how firefighters isn't even coming anywhere near.
No, hell.
Well, yeah, because who else is running into a fire?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not getting into no burning building.
Facts.
Never. I'm scared of heat. I don't even like spicy food too much. You want me to run into a burning building?
They also go into building that just tall shit in general.
Yeah.
Anything tall, under something.
And firefighters and paramedics, they kind of go hand in hand because they are first responders as well. Whenever you call 911 or an emergency line, the fire truck ain't too far behind them. They just want to tag along to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And
based on the shows we watch, some of those firefighters could easily be paramedics or nurses.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I'm
there's usually, sometimes I guess there's fire stations that also have like paramedic units.
Salute to 911. We watch that. You know what I'm saying?
We're basing our opinion entirely off of shows. 911. I don't know what these people do. Yeah. Not really. I'm not in a day of the life.
Yeah, I'm gonna say police officers, but I just want everybody to think about that whole paramedics and nurses thing, because I think,
tell us which one you would pick if one's got to go. Who's getting up out of here?
Yeah.
Which y'all think?
Yeah.
All right. Am I wilding? Oh no.
We could if you wanted to switch it. No, we don't have to switch it. Keep going. Go. Do your thing. Cook.
Let's do member win first.
Cool.
Okay, so this popped up recently. It bubbled back up on social media or on X or Twitter or what have you. The RIP Cartoon Network. Now, before everybody runs to their streaming service of choice to see whether or not they can still get these shows, Cartoon Network is not actually shutting down, but the hashtag RIP Cartoon Network got the entire internet buzzing.
In the tizzle, man.
And has, all of the millennial children just really reeling about the idea of like the end of an era.
35 and under, bro.
There is no proof. There is no proof that the Network is going out of business.
And
or
that's an
anything
old rumor
like
from
that.
like 2 years ago. That they,
Well, it basically originated from like how animators are really struggling in this current climate, and I
oh
guess with
gosh.
pay and opportunities and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw it, of course, like everybody else, I immediately started going down a rabbit hole of all of my favorite shows on Cartoon Network. We're talking about Dexter's Laboratory,
Let's go.
okay? We're talking about Ed, Edd n Eddy. We're
Cow and
talking about
Chicken.
Powerpuff Girls. We're talking about Cow and Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog, okay?
Yep.
We are talking about Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Like heavy hitting.
We ain't
like,
even get into Toonami yet. Like,
we just gonna keep it at the tunes, at the Cartoon
was
Network.
Invader Zim on there too? No, that was Nickelodeon. Was it?
Yes, you love conflating your networks. I'm a heavy set tripper. I know the difference.
Mine's
between
is mixed
cartoon.
and mingled. I used to flip channels, man.
No,
They used to be
I-
one after another, 68, 69.
I watched Cartoon Network primarily, but just thinking about the fact that Ben 10.
Kids Next Door.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Kids Next Door.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Whew. Kids Next Door.
Wow.
Was my shit.
What a callback.
Kids Next Door, man.
It was
that's
incredible.
later.
Yeah. Bro, Teen Titans.
Both of them.
Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go.
Both of them.
Funny enough, I was such a fan of Teen Titans that when Teen Titans Go came
Justice
out,
League.
the Justice League.
Justice League. Both of them. Yes.
Wow.
DC, yeah, man. DC and Cartoon Network had a good relationship.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
Because they got
did.
Batman and all of that. Batman Beyond, too. They got all that shit.
Oh, Batman Beyond.
Come on. We didn't even
Brother.
start with Toonami. Oh,
Brother.
man.
Brother.
Yeah, I feel
Listen,
you.
Cartoon Network is goated.
We gon-
It's some
I'm-
of the
I'ma say,
best
yeah.
television, best animated television I think I had ever been exposed to in my
sure.
life. It came from Cartoon Network, period, point blank. The storylines, the animation style.
Samurai Jack.
Oh my God.
Samurai Jack. I'm catching up now. What?
You don't understand.
Nigga, come on,
I
man.
knew the entire intro.
I think did Boondocks? Hold on, did Boondocks was on Cartoon Network for a
cool.
hot second?
Bro. Yeah, I do. No, that was Adult Swim.
That's a
That was also on Cartoon
spin-off.
Network.
Yeah, that was a spinoff.
Not a spin-off, like a subsection. So the same way that Tsunami was a subsection.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Adult Swim was also a subsection. But yeah, man, Cartoon Network is goated forever and for always in my heart and in my spirit. They are, if you have Max, if you have HBO Max, they have the entire Cartoon Network catalog on
sure
there.
do.
They show you all the different channels that HBO Max basically has like God leveled like umbrella.
Yeah, because
over.
it's all Warner Brothers. So
No, correct.
I'm gonna keep calling them out. Billy and Mandy. Billy and Madison or whatever that was,
no,
the skull
yes,
with the little girl.
Something of Billy and Mandy.
Something imaginary friends.
Oh yes, Foster Homes for Imaginary Friends.
Fire.
Wow.
I think Ben 10 too.
I said Ben 10.
Yeah. The first version of it. I mean,
Good stuff.
no, I didn't look up any of this stuff. I'm just off the dome. This is millennial shit right here.
Yeah,
Man.
it's literally my childhood.
Yeah,
and
man.
so I don't know who raised y'all, but the TV helped raise me, and Cartoon Network was a big part of that. Huge part of it. So
what was your top 3?
Powerpuff Girls,
Okay.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Whew.
And just because you brought it up, and I remember like absolutely how much I love that show, Samurai Jack.
Yeah, it's definitely, this is not in any order. It's definitely going to be Kids Next Door, Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd n Eddy. Ed, Edd n Eddy's probably number 1 for
Ed,
me.
Edd n
I
Eddy
watched that shit a lot.
Was foolishness. It was so stupid,
Yeah,
but it
I
was so
loved
good.
it. Yeah.
Honorable mention is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, that shit. Yeah, that's number 4.
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Low
Honorable
key? I
mention.
don't even know if it's low key
That
or
shit
not.
was spooky as fuck. I was
Spooky
scared.
as fuck,
Oh
bro.
my
You remember
God.
the toe?
Nigga.
Remember
Yes.
the fucking toe?
They made the weirdest shit scary. Remember there was a rabbit?
There was a
There was
a
like
rabbit,
he was a
bro.
little green rabbit that used to.
God, the scarecrow.
And Eustace was a piece of shit.
He was, man. He was.
Why was he so mean, bro?
Yeah, man. There was some upper scary motherfuckers on other stuff too. A Powerpuff Girls him.
Him? Hello, girls.
One of my favorite episodes of Powerpuff Girls is when something was supposed to be scary, but it was cool as fuck.
The Boogeyman.
The fucking
Walked
Boogeyman.
in, he was a pimp. And did he say shit?
Bro,
He said shit. I swear to
when
God.
he came
if
out
we can
that
find
limo.
that clip, find the clip and put it here, goddammit. I'm not playing with you. Intersect
My
that shit.
favorite thing is when they blocked the sun out and he rolled up on that limo that was 1,000 feet long and he came out that motherfucker slow.
Ay, I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga wants some smoke, I let that chopper eat his liver.
Styling and profiling.
Styling and profiling with
Man,
the
that was a
shades on,
show.
dapping people.
Man.
Love it, man. Shout out to Cartoon
Shout
Network
out to
for
Cartoon
sure.
Network.
We
Cartoon
gotta
Network
get.
was tapped in.
Yeah, one of these days we got to do Nickelodeon though. We got to give Nickelodeon some love, bro. We got
We'll
to.
give it his
You know what I'm
flowers.
saying?
For
Nickelodeon
sure,
was dope.
But to me, there's no contest. It was Cartoon Network all day. It was my favorite channel to watch as a kid. So when I
Yeah,
saw
man.
that Cartoon Network, I said, "Say it ain't so, God, no." But it's a rumor.
And if we missed any show, we in the heat of the moment. Just put it in the
Please, put it in the
comments because we
comments. Let
want to
us know what y'all watch.
Okay, no, seriously now for those who watch, we got
All
it.
three of
I'm
y'all,
curious.
put 'em in the comments.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what y'all was watching
I
on
need to
Cartoon
know.
Network.
I need to know
You know
what
what
y'all
I'm
was
saying? 'Cause
watching and get into
What
it.
a time it was.
For sure. Okay, so last but not least, am I wildin'?
All
Wrap
right.
this thing. Go.
Oh, you chose it this week. Okay.
Did.
I'm scared.
I always say am I wildin'? Am I tripping? But we just gonna
Am
make
I
it what we wanna
tripping?
do. Well, what we wanted to say. Okay, so my friend and I got into an argument because my 8-year-old daughter called her house filthy.
Oh boy.
She said my daughter is disrespectful and needs to apologize. I told her my daughter didn't lie. So she has nothing to apologize for. Am I tripping?
Oh wait, whose perspective is this from?
This
The one with the house?
This is from the mother of the daughter's perspective. She's saying her friend, so my friend and I got into an argument because my 8-year-old daughter called her house filthy.
Is she tripping?
Is she tripping? Because she
if
told
she
her
really
that her
your
daughter
friend-
wasn't lying.
If she really your friend, then yes, but it don't sound like that's your friend for real.
Well, I'll let you cook.
No, because it feels like you was ready for like you came at it really kind of aggressive. Granted, you did say that your daughter was her daughter was disrespectful.
Yeah, she said her daughter is disrespectful for calling her house filthy.
She's not tripping if her house is truly filthy, but then at that point, if you know her house is filthy, why you got your daughter over there?
She could have just been passing through. She could have, been coming to drop something off or hanging out
But if
with
that's
her.
your friend, you gonna let your friend have a filthy house?
I can't make nobody clean up their house. There's some people who are just dirty.
I know, but
People who are messy. You come into their home and it's like,
that's what I'm saying.
You're
How
not
much
gonna
of
clean up?
a friend are you more so than an acquaintance? Because
I'm
I feel
not-
like as a friend,
I can tell you for free.
I'm not saying you go over there and clean her house. I'm saying
I
like
can tell you for free. We have gone over to a mutual friend's home to enjoy a night of festivities. We were not the only guests. We didn't pop up on them. They were having guests come over. And it was not as tidy as I would think it should be if you are having guests over.
I don't know who this is, but I'm not gonna dwell on it.
But I'm saying we've been there before and been like,
Yeah.
so y'all not gonna sweep or like at least clean off the table, like y'all not gonna do nothing, and that's their prerogative, is their space. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to police your
that's fair
space?
too.
So if you decided to go over and the person who is having you over doesn't want to clean up, and we all know kids don't have no filter.
Nope.
Yeah, before
at
social
8.
anxiety and social cues and manners and forced politeness and like politically correctness overtakes our adult minds. We are kids who just say whatever we feel because we don't understand the consequence towards like really blunt statements, right?
Yeah,
We are taught to be cautious with our words, but initially we just say whatever we feel. So she walk in the house and she goes, "Your house is filthy." I could see a little kid saying that, right? I could see a little cousin saying that right now.
She probably just learned that word too.
Filthy. Well, she probably heard her mother say it. "Clean up this room. It's filthy." So she goes over to her friend's house and she's like, "If you thought my room was bad." Miss Tracy's house is disgusting.
Sheesh.
And so is she wrong? That doesn't make the little girl disrespectful. I don't think she's
Okay,
tripping.
well,
Clean
maybe
up your damn house.
she may not be wrong, but
Sweep or something.
it doesn't mean it's not mean. Just because you're
Yeah,
right.
of course.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you're not mean. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
could be right and be wrong at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. it's right, but it's also mean.
it's mean. It's hurtful to,
And it's not mean from coming from the child because it's a child. It's
no,
mean.
it is mean coming from kids.
No,
Kids
she's
be
8.
saying some mean shit.
You
No,
just said it. You just said that kids. What really?
I said she wasn't wrong. I didn't say it wasn't mean. Listen, kids can say things and mean it to be mean.
and that's.
Ew, it's filthy in here.
But you can understand that because it's a kid. I think what hits it a little bit harder is the double down from the moms. You see what I'm saying? That is actually kind of messed up because I'm your friend.
And you's a dirty bitch. Clean up your house. You're not going to tell me my kid is disrespectful when you got roaches. You got
Have you ever
roaches.
been in a house with roaches?
I'm sure I have.
I remember being in a house with a. Why you laugh? Why you laugh? Why you?
Because you said I remember, and you took me there. Like you were like, I remember,
Oh,
and
it's
all of a sudden I'm on a
something.
couch that I don't want to be on, and I'm looking
Let me tell you
around,
something.
and it's kind of dark, and a roach crawls
Nah, it
behind
ain't.
my head
Hey man,
on the back wall. That's crazy.
family friend. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
I am maybe a young 10, and I'm having a sleepover.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the first times I fell in love. For the nerdy gamer people out there, this friend of mine had Sly Cooper,
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
and I played it at his
I
house.
know that's one of your faves.
and I fell in love with that game. And I
Wowzers.
never forget it. Also, that same night though,
Yuck.
we
Here it
were
comes.
sleeping in the living room because we've been playing games for hours. It's like 2 a.m.
How old were you?
Like 10. I had to be like
Oh,
10 or
yes,
9.
yes. You just said
10 or
that.
9
I'm
is
sorry.
Sly Cooper. Somebody fact check for that. I'm about to be 32. So, yeah. Living room is next to the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
I get up from the floor. I'm hungry. I want something in the fridge. Low key, no, there's nothing in the fridge, but I'm gonna go in there anyway and see
You
if I
know
get
you always
something.
got to double check. You
Yeah.
just got to open it to see and close it.
Even
and then
at that
open it
age, I'm still a
again.
black child. Come on,
Come
now.
on. We got to check at least 4 or 5
We've been
times to
there.
see if something magically appears.
I accidentally hit one of the dining room chairs over.
No, you fucking didn't.
When that thing fell over, man. When I talk about,
No!
man, like a group.
Did the chair break apart?
No, it just
It
fell.
just fell over?
Yeah, a regular chair.
When
Like
did they
if you
come out
knock-
the cushion?
No, they must have came out of the bottom. It was a 4-pronged. It was a
There's
regular
4 legs?
4 legs.
Was it wood?
Yeah.
And they were just chilling at the bottom? You
I
think they were
guess.
just
I don't
sleeping
know.
underneath the bottom of the
Like I
seat?
said, I knocked it over and it fell over and
Just scattered?
just scattered,
Roaches?
man.
How many roaches?
Enough for it to feel
Like a
fucked up for the
scattering.
rest of the night. To feel like a scattering. It wasn't 2.
Because, right, 2 is not a scattering.
Yeah, bruh.
5 or more is a scattering.
Nah, that shit. And again,
I would have walked home.
it's a little dark. I'm 10.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's disgusting. Roaches.
Yeah. And we were sleeping on the floor.
Ah!
So
They got easy access.
it's crazy.
They gonna crawl up in your ear.
That shit was nuts. I don't know how that didn't scare the shit out. I mean, it
I
scared
would
me.
have walked home.
But you know what's so funny? It scared me, but I wasn't surprised because I felt like I saw roaches in the house before, and I was like, "Damn,
So you
they
knew
got
your
a."
friend was dirty.
It was living in New York. I don't know if that's dirty as just as much as like the environment sometimes. Like,
Yeah, roaches, but
you know, it's like everybody
this
that had
is a-
rats didn't necessarily mean that they were dirty.
this was at least what I was told.
It's
growing
rampant.
up, that roaches obviously migrate from apartment to apartment, but they only stay where there is ample food source.
Fair.
Right? So if you clean up your house, if you adequately seal your food and your items, if you don't do things like, I don't know, eat in your room or on your bed where crumbs and remnants of food can be stuck in between little crevices that they can only get to, then they have less resources to actually go to, and they will follow the path of least resistance. If you got one dirty ass neighbor to your left and 3 more clean neighbors to your right, chances are they might come pass through yours to get to the dirty neighbor.
Yeah, man.
But if you on either side, you got dirty ass person to your left and dirty ass person to your right, you got roaches too. You do. And they using your nice ass clean
As a hallway.
apartment as a hallway to get from one nasty ass spot to another nasty ass spot.
Yeah, man.
Roaches
but
is wild.
Seeing roaches scatter like that is crazy, man.
What really be pissing me off in my, proximity to roach days, because, when you grow up impoverished, you gonna see a roach. You just will.
Shout out to the
Seeing
Bronx.
the really tiny ones, little baby ones.
Oh, them things that came out of that chair was not babies either. Yeah.
When you see the little tiny ones, you're like, it's a wrap. Oh my God, they're everywhere.
They are, man.
They're everywhere. They can hide in anything.
Yeah.
In the walls.
Would you rather have roaches or rats?
Oh no, I can't.
I've been in a house of rats too.
I can't see no rat. I can't see a whole. I've seen a mouse one time.
Shout out to New York, man. Back in the day,
I've seen a mouse one time in my entire life.
that shit crazy.
And I thought I was going crazy because it was in one of my old houses growing up. I was shutting down the house. It was like maybe summer vacation. I was the last one up. Was getting like a little snack from the kitchen. So like only one of the lights in the downstairs area was on. And so as I was making my way back upstairs, I turned towards the steps and I see this very little thing go bloop, 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 bloop down the steps.
Oh,
Literally,
that's crazy.
it looked like it was just like sliding down
Stuart
the
Little
steps.
is wilding.
It was moving so quickly and then it ran underneath the couch. And I was shooketh.
Oh, man.
I was frozen with fear. And I after I kind of snapped out of it for maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, I immediately lifted up the sofa. I wanted to find that thing.
That's crazy.
And I could not find it.
That thing, bro.
That was the first and last time I ever saw that mouse. And I knew it wasn't a rat because rats are fat. They are big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was a little mouse. It had to be this big. And I knew better than to wake my parents up that late at night. Unless it was someone killing us.
Oh no,
they
you
would've
did
slapped the shit
it
out of me.
violated you.
But the next morning, I said, I saw a mouse. I saw a mouse. I saw a mouse. We live in squalor.
I mean,
Get
my
us out of
story
here.
is simple. Apartment buildings,
Yeah.
we used to set mouse traps. Not sometimes.
Jesus
I
Christ.
remember even the smallest of children, like my smallest time. I
Yeah.
remember them old school wooden. If the cheese with we had
Yeah.
some of those, and then it elevated to the Raid boxes. Where
remember the
it's
sticky pads?
That I was such a stupid kid. I used to
You
play
put
with
your
them
hand
shits.
right in that thing.
Who didn't?
I never touched them things. I said, if a rat is going to be on that
Y'all
thing,
didn't play
I'm
with them
never.
shits?
No.
Stop it, friend.
No.
That shit was sticky as fuck.
Sticky as hell. Have you ever seen a video of rats actually walking out onto them things?
No, I've seen the rats dead in there.
You have? Mm-hmm. Yuck.
So I picked them shits up and put them. Don't know.
You used to pick them up?
I picked up 1 or 2 in my life.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's New York, bro. And I don't mean to say it that way. I'm
No,
saying
New
the
York got
environment
rats.
is different.
New York got rats.
Shout out to the Bronx, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the Bronx.
Childhood was fantastic, and I don't say that to be sarcastic.
Yeah.
Or rhyme.
Sometimes you grow up with rats, and it's just it is what it is. Hey,
It is.
listen. If y'all still with us, we appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna call it.
So you said okay. So you don't think she's tripping?
I don't think she's tripping.
I think she's tripping a little bit. You could be a little kinder to your friend if it's your friend. That's all I'm saying.
Clean up your house. If my child, you know how they say, the truth comes from the mouths of babes or something like that. That phrase. I think that's why she's so upset. It's because she knows it's true. If a kid is telling you that your house is dirty, bitch, your house is dirty. Get a vacuum. Mop some shit. You know what I'm
Jeez.
saying? But listen, no matter where you
Yikes.
go after this, make sure y'all go with God.
Yeah, we
okay?
did it, man. Go
We
with
did
God.
it. It's the One Thing for Certain podcast. Peace.
Deuces.